This is a review on Marvel Legends 6-inch Netflix Daredevil figure. And this is Daredevil in his costume, part of the Netflix line of action figures. And finally, they made a figure of this character in the 6-inch scale. And Hasbro did a really nice job on it. First thing to notice is it looks like an all-new sculpt. And hopefully it's going to show up here, but you could see this. It's not just plain sculpting. There's a texturing to the sculpt. If you know what I'm saying here, you could see the detailing. Look at that. The only accessory it has, which I'll get to in a moment, is the billy clubs and an extra pair of hands. This hand is an open grip, and this one, but I'm going to swap it out. I'm surprised that they gave a closed hands look, because even this, just the two open grips, is good enough really, because he has the billy club here, and you could attach it right here, and you could hold it. Sometimes he uses it just like this as one piece, and sometimes he also just uses it for each hand. But one thing that's really nicely done, and better than any other previous Daredevil, you see the holster here? The holster is very thin, and it doesn't get in the way of the overall look. In most Daredevil figures that Hasbro makes at Toy Biz 6-inch scale, this thing looks so huge, it looks so big, and the clubs, that it looks just kind of messy. And this is the thinnest that they've made it. On the 6-inch comic version, for example, this is a separate piece, and this is huge, and just kind of looks odd. But by making this as part of the sculpt, and this so small, hopefully if Hasbro makes a new comic version, this is the standard that they should go after. Now let's look at the detailing. Unfortunately, there's no unmasked head. I wonder, do they need an actor's right, so I have to pay him a licensing fee? And maybe if you have the full mask look, you don't. Probably the case. See the detailing here? Again, the texturing. Again, this looks like an all-new sculpt. They really did spend a lot of time getting the details right on the costume. If you haven't seen the Netflix series, you gotta check it out. It is a rated R type series though, for older adults. It is about 6 3/4 inches tall. And let's check it out. Ball jointed head. Good range up down to the sides. Shoulders on a ball joint, side to side, up and down. Swivel bicep. Double articulated at the elbows. The wrists you can spin in or out. Torso pivot. Swivel waist. Hips. Good range, look at that. Actually, this range is better than most of their Spider-Man figures. So, either Hasbro is improving, or they gotta bring this to the Spider-Man line in terms of hip articulation. Swivel thighs, double knees, and the ankles on the pivot, up, down to the sides. And I'm gonna give my final thoughts about Daredevil in a moment. And so, what do I think of Netflix Daredevil here? And all I could say is, it's about time. Fantastic. Ever since season 1, at the end of it, I wanted a Daredevil action figure, because I was so highly impressed by the Netflix Daredevil series that I wanted an action figure. It's been years, and finally, after all that time, they have made a Marvel Legend figure of it. And all I can say is the quality is well made. It looks great, the costume. Great to have as part of the Marvel universe, movie universe or Netflix universe, to have for a display in the 6-inch scale. And if you haven't seen the Netflix series, you really got to check it out. It's one of the best Marvel series that they're producing. And I guess the only little thing missing would have been an unmasked head of Matt Murdock. I think that would have been the little addition that they could have used maybe, but they didn't. There is no unmasked head. What you see here is what you get. As I'm making this, you got the Punisher, Elektra, Jessica Jones as well. You don't have Iron Fist and Luke Cage yet, so you cannot make a Defenders team just yet as I'm making this video. But hopefully they'll correct that soon and they'll have a Series 2 of the Netflix characters. And if you're a fan of Daredevil, if you're a fan of that series, I would highly recommend this figure. And so that's the review, and thanks for watching.